Good morning, beautiful people. Come over here and let's show you what I'm gonna do. I have all these beautiful yard-long beans that I'm gonna can up, and I'm gonna can them just like you would do green beans. But I also need to clean out my freezer a little bit. So I had a package of peas, green peas, and a package of mixed vegetables, and I'm going to can them up at the same time, and I'm going to do some of them in these small jars for Ava when she comes over, so I can just pull them out and open them up. So I hope this finds y'all doing well today. I've been in the garden working a little bit. My husband brought home some plants. Let's see, we got a couple of cucumbers, a couple of tomatoes, a bell pepper, and something else. I don't know. And I have some tomato plants that I took cuttings of off of my summer ones. Some of them made it, some of them didn't. It's been so hot here. It's supposed to cool off Wednesday, and I just pray it does. I hope that cool front comes through here. So let's get to canning these up. We're gonna cut these down and pack them in the jars. So let's get to it. I'm gonna cut the ends off. And then just cut them up and pack them in the jars. No rocket science to it. Okay, we've got our jars loaded, and I'm going to put a half of a teaspoon of canning salt into each one. I did, I've done a teaspoon before, and I just thought that was too much. So we're going to add this to our jars, and then we're going to add our hot water. Okay, let's start filling our jars, leaving 1 inch headspace. So we're going to add our water, then we're going to use our pokey joe, and we're going to poke around and get all the air bubbles out, because then we may need to top it off with a little bit more water. I'm probably going to have to boil up some more water. So when I get all these done, I'll be back and we will put the lids on. We're working on getting the air bubbles out. Almost ready to clean the lids, or the rims. So what I'm going to do now is take this towel, and I have some white vinegar here. Whoa! And we're going to go along each of our jars and clean the rims of the jars. I feel that this helps get a better seal by doing this. Okay. I have my lids over here in warm water, and I'm going to add them to each of the jars. Okay, let loose. Our rings on fingertip tight. We're going to add them to our canner. I'll be back when... Okay, we're on our last one. Let's get it in the canner, and then let's show you how we close it up. Presto canner, and I filled it up to the line that it told me to by the book. And that's the first line for quarts. This has a seal. It also has like a little safety blowout. It has a gauge and a vent pipe. But the vent pipe is where you put your weight on when it's ready. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put our lid on. There's 2 arrows right here. You line those up, and the lid drops down. You push down and twist till it comes to a lock. So now it's locked down. So what we're going to do is, it's got warm water in it because I put hot water in the jars. So warm water, warm water. So now I'm going to turn it up. I'm not going to blast it full speed, but almost. What's going to happen now is, in a little bit, this little lock right here will pop up, and then it'll start exhausting steam out of this vent pipe. After it's exhausted the steam for 10 minutes, once it starts a steady steam, I'll set my timer for 10 minutes and just let it steam. After the 10 minutes, that's when you put your weight on and you set your timer for the amount of time for your vegetables or whatever you're cooking. Mine, at my altitude, is 10 pounds. So I'm going to do... Okay, since I put those mixed vegetables in there, I got in my book, and what you do is you go check out each vegetable that you've got. So I checked out carrots. Carrots are supposed to be processed for pints for 25 minutes. Even though, yeah, I got 1 pint. I did a couple of half pints, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so that's 25 minutes. My corn is a pint for 55 minutes. So I don't know exactly what all it's going to do to my green beans, because they're only 20 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, 20 minutes. That's a double time for them. But since I'm gonna do it all together, I have to go with the corn. Even though the corn's soft and been frozen. See, I need to do more research on that. I'm gonna go with the 55 minutes of process, just to be safe. I have to. The little lock has popped up, and now steam is starting to come out. But it's not real steady yet, so I'm going to wait a few minutes, and then I'll set my timer. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we've got good steady steam coming out. We're going to set the timer for 10 minutes now. Okay, this is my salsa I did the other day, and of course it's been setting for its 12 to 24 hours. What you want to do now is remove all these rings, and see, I can take the edge of the lid. It's sealed. It's indented here. It's sealed. You don't want to store these jars with the rings on, because if this product goes bad with this ring on, it could give you a false seal. If you take the ring off and this goes bad for some reason, this will pop off. You'll know. So I remove all these, and then I wash my jars in hot soapy water, label them with the date and what they are, and store them in your pantry or wherever you need to store them. Okay, it's almost time for us to put our weight on our pressure canner. Okay, it's been our 10 minutes, so let's turn our timer off, and we're going to add our weight to our pressure canner. This is my, I think it's my 16 quart little Presto Works great for little fast jobs. I really like it because it has the gauge and the weight. So now that I've got my weight on, the pressure will start building into the canner. This Presto says 11 pounds of pressure that it's to bring it up to, and that's what we'll do. It usually runs a little over 10 anyway. And what you want to do is once it gets up to pressure, you set your timer. And if for some reason it drops below, the gauge drops below the 11 pounds of pressure or 10, whatever your pressure should be, then you have to start your time all over again. You have to bring it back up to pressure and start your timer again. So watch it closely. That's why I really like, this weight did not come with this unit. I ordered it extra off of Amazon, and I can do 5, 10, 15 pounds. And it's set for 10 pounds of pressure, so it really keeps it at that, 11 pound range real easy. So we'll be back when this comes up to pressure. You can see it's climbing now. It's almost at okay, you can see that we're at our 11 pounds of pressure. So now we're going to start our timer for 55 minutes. The reason we have to do the 55 minutes is because of the mixed vegetables that are in there, and the corn takes the longest. Okay, we've completed our 55 minutes. Let's turn off our timer. We'll turn off the heat, and then we will do nothing. We've got the fire turned off. We'll just let the pressure drop to 0, and this lock will also drop. So when the lock drops, the pressure's on 0, then we'll test our weight. Okay, you can see that our pressure's on 0. Our lock has dropped. I tap my weight and nothing squirts, hisses or anything. So we're going to remove our weight. I'm going to let it set for a couple of minutes, and then we'll remove the lid. Let's remove the lid. When you remove this lid, make sure that when you take it off, you tilt it towards you so all the steam goes off to the back. Watch. Pick it up. You see the steam? Because you don't want that hitting you in the face. Okay, let's get them out. Always set them on a towel so you don't set the hot jar onto your countertop, cold countertop, and the glass break. Okay, we're going to set them here, and we're not going to touch them for 24 hours. And what we want to hear is some pinging, and that tells us that our lids are sealing properly. I think I should have opened this towel up because I don't want to set my jars too close together. It should work. It all looks really good. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me to, there we go. You hear the little ping? That's your seal sucking in and sealing tightly. We still just want to let it set. After you subscribe, there's a little bell. If you'll click on that bell, it'll notify you every time I post a video. Thank you again for all the support of my channel. I have other canning videos if you would like to go and look back at them. God bless, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.